Hey parents, just had a great practice with the boys and wanted to send this video. I'd much rather connect with everyone than send a text message, and with the weather and stuff, it wasn't great or last minute to try to get everybody together for a bit of a team meeting. I just wanted to chat about the end of the season as we near the end of the season. There's a few things that I really want to reiterate and reinforce. One is with the end of the season, it's really important that we prioritize attendance. We had a great turnout tonight. As weather starts to get a little colder and rainier, the reason that's important is we change a lot of things as we get into the season because teams start to learn your offense and stuff, so we build in progression. So if a player isn't here and misses it, then they're really out of touch on game day and really lost, and we'll have an otherwise frustrating experience. And the other thing is, with it being wet and cold, players need to build up a resiliency. Otherwise, they'll begin to really shut down on game day and stuff. So it's really important that they put themselves out there and get acclimated to the weather. Now, obviously, if a player is really sick or injured, it's different. But I'd really want to encourage you to really push your sons if they're not like feeling like going to practice because it's maybe cold and wet, because it is really important. The other part of that is we work really hard in the game planning to make it fair for the players. That's why we have a 10-player rule, so that there's players that don't just never get in the game ever, period, on game day. And so we also want to make it fair for the rest of the players and the team, in that we know what we're doing on game day. And so it's unfair to the kids that miss to come into a game and be lost and not know. And it's unfair to the rest of the kids that are trying to execute something great together when there's a player that's really lost and doesn't know what they're doing because they haven't been there. And so we want to make sure we're being fair to the team, that we're being fair to the players, and fair to you, which brings up our last point, which is at the beginning of the season, you have the opportunity to opt out of volunteering and fundraising or pay like additional fee. And so we've had a great group of parents that have volunteered and stepped up when we needed, but we also want that to be fair. So what I just want to encourage you is, as we get into these last few weeks in playoffs, if you feel like you haven't volunteered as much as some of the other families, I'd really encourage you to step up and make it fair so that the families that have been really involved don't have to volunteer every week for things like 10 play, sticks, things like that. So I'd really appreciate it. And Sarah's going to be just assigning volunteers anyway, but it'd be really helpful if we spread that around to make it fair for all the parents too. So that's already enough for me. JC stepped up from flag for practice tonight. If you have any questions, as always, text me. My personal number is 604-791-3283. And let's finish this season strong. Love this team, love your kids, and love you guys being a part of it.